guys, good. What time is it now? 5, so maybe we can call it afternoon, yeah. So good afternoon guys. My name is Agustinus Gledewan Dwi Putra, but you can call me Gledy. I am a student from Atmajaya University and I'm here to talk about why there's a lot of people, especially our friends, that cannot talk in public, especially maybe in public speaking, because actually there's a lot of problems not only from the inside of that people but also the outside of that people. So today I'm going to tell you and invite you to know a lot more about the reason why our friends, especially the people around us, cannot speak in public, and the solution or tips so they can speak a lot more and more brave, so they can speak in public to express what are they thinking or what in their mind, so they can express freely and brave. So let's begin with the problem first. Well, we know that every person, every people, especially our friends that live around us, have a problems, even ourselves. So the problems of the people or friends that cannot speak in public, maybe all of us think that they are shy. They cannot or they want to try speak in public. But that's not as simple as like we hear like shy. We need to know why they are shy, because we need to know the root of the problem that make the people shy. But actually, my experience that I have in my life, and then from the story that I heard from my friend, that they said that it's because of rejection. The rejection that they have and they get from environment that they live, especially their friends, make them become close and won't open to the public. And the big problem of the rejection, it's not from the environment or the friends that they live, but from the family, especially the parents. Because when the parents won't believe in their son or daughter, and there will happen a rejection. So when the rejection happen and make the people think that they got rejection, they will think that, oh, I cannot speak in public, because if I speak in public I will get another rejection. So that's the main problem of why people can become shy, because the rejection itself. So that's why we cannot just think about shy and make light about rejection itself, because when we look people with intimidation, or when we whispering when somebody talking, and when we do something like that, we will make intimidation. And when the people feel intimidation, they will think that there's no more courage in their body or in their mind to speak in public, because what they say, and they will think that what all of the words that they will say is wrong. So when they think that what they're saying is wrong, it's gonna end everything and ruin everything. So the first reason, and big enough to ruin someone's life, to speak in public and express their mind, is rejection. Besides rejection, there's another else. The second one is maybe about they cannot find the topics that they want to say in a forum, in a community, or in the public. Why? Because to find a topic to talk to, even right now that I want to make a topic that maybe become interesting so you can hear it more interactive, it's very hard though. Because for some people to think and make what they think become a word that they can say, it's very hard. Because that when we find a topic and we think that the topic is not good enough to make the people that we want to talk to is become more interesting or interest with what we want to talk. So that's the part of the problem though, because when some of the people, especially our friends that cannot talk in public, cannot express what they want to say and find a topic, they will just be quiet and keep silent, because they think that the word that they will say is not important, and when they think that it's not important, they won't say anything. They just keep silent. So that's why we need to know that to make a topic and talk about it, it's very hard. So when someone talking about anything else, you need to appreciate what they say. So when you appreciate what they say, they will become more and get more courage to speak a lot. And the last problem and the reason why people cannot speak in public, in my version, and this one is not small, or you can say it's not important. It's important though. It's about find your best friend. Why? Because when someone don't have any best friend or any close friend that will appreciate or understand what they like or what they talking about, or their humor or something that they have, they will think, what I say is not important anymore. So you need to know that have a best friend or a close friend is very important though, because when you have a close friend and best friend, you can say anything, even you don't care about if it's important or not important, it's funny or not. You can just say anything. Even you can express what you're feeling about your feeling, and you can just express anything. Maybe about your study, maybe about your parents, your family, your friend, about your career, about your love maybe. So when you have best friend and close friend, that will make you more and more open in public. Not only for your best friend or close friend, but in public. So the last reason why people want to speak in public or shy, because they don't have any close or enough best friend. Because when they don't have it, they don't have best friend, they will think that they don't have any chance to speak just like another else. Or maybe like this, maybe they don't have a good characteristic or attitude that their close friend have. So they have a close friend or best friend, but their best friend or close friend is not appreciated or not being more enthusiastic about what they talk about. So when we talk about a topic and they just ignore it. So that's maybe the problem of have a best friend or close friend. So we can say that have a best friend and a close friend is very important though, because this is one of the three aspects that I talk to you about. Have a courage and a will to talk in public. Well, to prove to you that what I say and the reason that I told you before is true or correct, well, I will give you an example, or maybe more than one, who knows that. Well, actually I have a friend named Charlie Gunawan. Maybe many of you knew him, because actually he's one of the students in Atmajaya University, and he is one of my close friends in Yogyakarta. So Charlie in the beginning is a shy people, and many people think that he's a shy person, because when we gather and we join in a community or in a group, that Charlie will avoid it and he will just step aside and sit in the corner and hiding. So the problem is, it's not about Charlie or about the group or about the community or the people around Charlie, but it's about what happened in Charlie's life before now, or before the time that I saw Charlie. Because actually Charlie is a brilliant person, smart person, and dependable. Because actually he told me before why the reason that he become introvert or won't stay in a public or in a crowd or speak a lot in public. Because when he came to church and when he talked and want to tell about the story about his life, because Charlie is the person just like me, when we want to talk about ourselves or to tell something that we want to tell, we getting excited and maybe more excited, and some people will just think, what is he saying? Just like that. And when Charlie feel intimidation like that, and Charlie will feel rejection, the thing that I told you before, because when the Charlie think that he got rejection from his friends in church, when he tells something, maybe it's important for Charlie but not important for his friends. But so when Charlie feels like that and felt like that, it's gonna make Charlie think twice to speak about something and change Charlie's life just like now. But here's the twist, because when I met Charlie and Charlie joining in a group just like us, in a bunch of group, just maybe many people think loser group. No, of course, it's a unique group actually. When we gather and we have a lot of characteristic and different characteristic, Charlie become more open and have a courage to speak and talk in public, because actually Charlie is not introvert as it looks before, because when he already close to us and recognize us as his best friend, he just open himself even without we ask him to talk. He just say it. So that's the main reality, that to prove what I said before is true. It's about have a best friend, and we need to appreciate, because to make or to find some topic to talk to, it's very hard, and to not make intimidation face or situation, because so they won't feel rejection, because when they feel rejection, it's gonna end everything, because they won't continue it. Well, after giving you the reason why the people or our friends around us cannot speak in public, and the example, the real example of my friend is Charlie, I will give you the tips or the solution that we can get and make ourselves to can speak more in public. Well, actually I have gave it to you in Charlie's story before, but it's a tips, not a tips, because it's more than one, to make us can fluently speak in public and make our conversation in public is more attractive. Well, the first one, and of course, we need to practice, because when we want to get something better and we want to make sure that everything is running according to the plan, or we can say it a blueprint, we need to practice and make sure that everything that happened in the scenario is running as well as we predict. Because when we practice just like this, practicing when nobody looking at you, it's like you can build your character to more and more confidence, so you can speak in front of a lot of people. Because when we're practicing and we know that we will face with a lot of people in a crowd, we will get the courage and more confidence. So what we have planned and what we have practiced before is running at least as predicted as before. Maybe not running well in all time, but at least we can make it better than we not practice anymore. And the other else, maybe we can learn or know more about the material or the topics that we want to talk to. Because when we know and really know and understand about the topics or the material, we will get more confidence, even more than we practice. Because when we know the topics and understand it even deeper, we won't afraid that if someone asks us about the topics that we talk, and when people is asking, we will think that, oh, the topics that we say is, or we talk is attractive or interesting, so people will pay attention to you. And the third one is try to beat yourself, or in other words we can say get out from your comfort zone. Because there's a lot of people stay in their comfort zone, and when they stay in their comfort zone, won't move an inch from where they stay. And don't judge yourself as a people that don't have any talent or cannot speak in public. Or when you move to the another level, you need to know your audience, because when you want to talk to the audience, especially for your topics, you need to know about your audience. Is that kids, parents, maybe for students, or maybe for workers? Because when we know our audience, we will prepare everything and practice how we will speak or talk about our topics. So maybe that's the tips that I can give you about speaking in the public. I think that's all that I can give to you and tell you about the reason why a lot of people cannot speak in public, and the example that I give you in my real life, especially for my friends and Shirley, and the tips and the solution that I can give you, at least for you can prepare more for another level to speak in the public. Finally, I want to say thank you for remembering that, giving this topic to me, because I think this topic is very interesting and I can make a video just like this. And I want to say thank you for my family that always encourage me to do the best that I will and always will do, and for my best friend and my close friend, and especially my partner. So see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.